Greetings, class. I hope all is well and that everyone found Chapter 9, Facility Location Decisions, informative and that you're able to gain a little bit of information on some of the decision factors that go into that. I did want to kind of close this out in a different way. I will respond to you individually, and I was very intrigued by a lot of the responses that you guys provided. I did want to just touch on a few things. As I mentioned, distribution centers need to be close to demand, right? So if you have products used for the general population, most high density population centers are going to draw your distribution warehouses towards them. And that's just based upon demand. All right, so you as an organizer or a manager or a firm would be best served to do what you can to try to erect those facilities closer to the customer, all right, which is the demand. So closer proximity to get closer to where the demand or proximity to the market is, as well as other considerations like access points for resupply into the warehouses and or the customers, right? So when looking at warehouse location, it can be tempting to look at cost only, the cost of land, the facilities, and maybe the local labor cost, all right? But you have to weigh all of the costs, which includes the delivery out cost to the customers. Another factor would be proximity to carrier services. The location has to be convenient to the trucking companies that are going to be delivering your product, whether that be U.S. based or overseas, as well as the suppliers. Also, storage requirements is important. You know, what additional space will you need for additional items, such as refrigerated space, equipment, or simply special or localized zoning requirements, shall I say. Also, your workforce availability is important. We've talked about that, but it's important to find locations that are close to large locations of labor and close to mass transit to allow the company to have access to workers when they need it most. And then, of course, longevity. And this is a business decision because if you invest in warehousing and or facilities in the U.S. or abroad, how long is it going to take for you to recoup your investment costs? All right, so that's going to be a big deal going forward. Anyway, just a couple things I wanted to give you in terms of closing this out. Everybody did extremely well and are doing extremely well as a whole. Keep up the good work, and we'll talk again soon.